Just last week, we dealt with yet another mass shooting at a high school in Texas. There are so many voices speaking out for and against banning assault weapons, including Sarasota veterans who want them banned. ABC 7's Taylor Torringano is here with more. Taylor.
Good evening, Alan. It's safe to say no one wants another innocent life lost, but how we stop these mass shootings from continuing to happen is a question that has many differing answers. Much like the country, the veterans I spoke with are very divided in their opinions on assault weapons.
I've seen thousands of them. I have no interest in them whatsoever, but I can tell you what they do.
Jeffrey Morris knows because he earned a Silver Star trying to save the men who had been shot by one.
It destroys whatever it touches. The bullet.
1970, a medic in Vietnam, he quickly learned the capability of an assault weapon.
We'd fly out and pick up people who were hurt. We're medical evacuation or dust off. The military term was just dust off. We were the first responders to a firefight or an injury.
Dropping down in the middle of combat to save wounded soldiers, many who had been hit by an AR-15.
I can tell you from 10,322 different experiences I've had, it always destroys the human body. And people have these emotional discussions about gun rights or not. I don't care. I have no interest in talking about it. I walk away from the discussion. I'd say be there for one day in an emergency room where they bring in an AR-15 victim and you'll have an entirely different viewpoint on it.
The other members of the self-proclaimed Florida Veterans for Common Sense group have similar views. They say once you see what these weapons can do, there's no way to support them being in the hands of civilians. But they do acknowledge other vets may disagree.
It's kind of like they're wrapping themselves in the flag and they're wrapping assault weapons in that flag. That to say you don't need them is kind of like un-American, or you're kind of like taking something away from them. And of course, in my opinion, you're not at all.
The chairman of the Manatee County Veterans Council says his support for all weapons is more about the oath he took to defend the Constitution.
And everything that it means. And so with that said, I do believe that weapons, being able to own these weapons and things like that, a weapon is a weapon until a person operates it.
A mindset that guns don't kill, people do. Though Hunsinger says he is against the illegal modifications that make an assault rifle automatic.
Do you need those type of weapons? Probably not. Does it mean that you can't have one? Well, of course you should be able to have one, but not an automatic weapon, a weapon that just continues to fire rounds with one hold of the trigger. So it is debatable, and there are situations where I don't think you would need one. But to keep an American citizen under the Second Amendment from having one certainly should not be done.
It appears the Florida Senate agrees, recently rejecting a ban on assault weapons that, if approved, would have been included in the Public Safety Act signed by Governor Scott in March. In a new push for gun control, the act did include a ban on the sale or use of bump stocks and raised the minimum age to buy a rifle or shotgun from 18 to 21. But some say these additional regulations still aren't the solution.
Weapons are on the streets every day that are illegal as can be, and they're easily obtained with money. So are we really solving a problem with this? Probably not, and more things need to be looked at. Some more research needs to be done on this.
What more do we need? Another slaughter on some innocent? I can't imagine.
There is one thing both sides seem to agree on. Something should be done.
Never again! Never again!
Still up for debate whether that's more education, stricter regulations, or a ban altogether.
To read more about the current gun regulations included in the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Act just signed into law, I put a link on our website. Just visit mysuncoast.com.
Taylor, thank you.